Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and this is the new 2022 Honda Civic sedan. Now, if it looks familiar, you're not mistaken. It's fair to compare this car's styling to the larger Accord, and that's a good thing. But under the skin, everything about the new 2022 Civic is reworked, rethought, and redesigned to ensure that it remains the best-selling compact car in America. Now, I'm going to highlight the important changes in this review, tell you what I think of the new Civic, and explain why the version you're likely to buy isn't the version you need. So, without further delay, let's take a closer look at the new 2022 Honda Civic sedan. When you go shopping for a new 2022 Honda Civic sedan on CarGurus.com, you're going to discover that it comes in 4 different trim levels. They include LX, Sport, EX, and Touring, and according to Honda, the official launch pricing ranges from $21,700 to $28,300, plus a destination charge of $995 to ship it from Honda's Canadian factory to your local dealership. Please keep in mind that these are the initial prices as the car first goes on sale, and they are likely to rise over the course of the model year. Also, destination charges can vary depending on your geographic region and other factors. Honda says the new Civic is made for Generation Z buyers and that 30% of sales will be LX trim while 40% will be Sport trim. That makes sense. Those are the most affordable models, and the Sport trim has black wheels that are totally on trend. But you shouldn't buy one of those. Get the Civic EX at a minimum, because then you can get a blind spot warning system, which is a super important safety system that is unavailable on the LX and Sport trims. Sure, the EX will be more expensive, but you'll also benefit from a stronger turbocharged engine, dual-zone automatic climate control, heated front seats and side mirrors, and a handy split-folding rear seat to improve utility. The car we're reviewing today is the top-of-the-line Civic Touring, and it's got every factory upgrade Honda offers for the Civic. Also, if you like this paint color, it's a new one called Morning Mist Blue, and it'll run you an extra $395. Anyway, as far as the styling is concerned, if you were never a fan of the previous Civic, you'll like its new, more tailored and grown-up look. And if you were a fan of the old Civic, well, this one's probably looking a little boring to you. No matter how you feel about the exterior styling, the interior design is a big improvement over the previous car. The quality of the materials, the minimalistic approach to the controls and layout, and the simple yet elegant metal honeycomb mesh that spans the dashboard and hides the air vents all reflects a maturity the previous Civic didn't possess. The Civic has always been pretty comfortable as far as compact cars go, but with the 2022 model, Honda has improved in this regard. Both of the front seats have new seat frame and cushion designs for better support, and they're terrific. Only a seat ventilation option could make them better. Now, usually this is the point in a review where I complain about the lack of a front passenger seat height adjuster. It's not really necessary in the Civic, given how much thigh support the new seat designs deliver, and there isn't enough headroom to allow for one anyway. Back seat room is on par with other compact cars. The bottom seat cushion supplies good leg support, and there's enough leg and foot room for taller adults. But I do find the backrest angle to be a little more reclined than I prefer. One thing I think we can all agree on, however, is that when you're spending almost 30 grand on a Civic, rear air conditioning vents should be standard. By the way, the 2 rear USB charging ports come only with Touring trim. Trunk space measures 14.8 cubic feet unless you get the Touring trim, which offers 14.4 cubes due to its premium sound system components. You can carry 4 full-size suitcases back here, plus additional items. And Honda provides a small grip to make it easy to swing the trunk lid shut without touching the dirty exterior paint. Given the youthful target audience for the Civic, Honda makes significant technology enhancements to the car. Digital instrumentation is standard, and with Touring trim you get a larger 10.2-inch display with more sophisticated graphics. One great addition is a vehicle activity icon that shows when the headlights are turned on or off, or if you've left a turn signal blinking. Now, why is this useful? Have you ever seen those people who are driving a new car down the road after dark without any clue that only their daytime running lights are on? This feature should help Civic owners realize when they've accidentally deactivated the standard automatic headlights. Additionally, new infotainment systems debut with an improved user interface and, with Touring trim, a larger 9-inch touchscreen display. Honda even provides a little shelf to help stabilize your hands while you're using it. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and with Touring trim, smartphone connectivity is wireless. Touring trim is also your ticket to SiriusXM satellite radio, an embedded navigation system, and wireless smartphone charging. Overall, the infotainment system is easy to use, responds to inputs with much greater speed than in the previous Civic, and has a much better voice recognition system. Unfortunately, unless you upgrade to Touring trim, the Civic's stereo speakers are pretty unimpressive. The Touring trim gets a 12-speaker Bose Centerpoint 2 premium surround sound audio system. While I'm not usually an advocate of this brand, lately, especially when Bose is involved early in the vehicle design process and can properly place the speakers for optimum acoustics, the company's systems sound much better, and that's true with the Civic. While the infotainment upgrades are impressive, the car takes a huge leap forward with regard to safety systems. In addition to structural and airbag changes designed to better protect the Civic's occupants in a crash, the car also gets new technology that should help prevent accidents from occurring in the first place. The standard Honda Sensing collection of driving assistance systems operates with a greater degree of smoothness, refinement, and sophistication than before, and it adds a new traffic jam assist function that provides lane keeping assistance at lower speeds. The car also gets a new rear seat reminder to help drivers to remember that someone or something important might be in the back seat, so you'd better check before leaving the car. Now, if you happen to know my opinion of Honda's previous camera-based lane watch technology, you know I was not a fan. Privately, I called it lame watch. For 2022, Honda ditches it in favor of a proper radar-based blind spot warning system that works on both sides of the car. Studies show this technology is very important for reducing collisions and making roads safer, and yet Honda doesn't offer it on the versions of the Civic it expects to account for 70% of all sales. All right, I can't make any sense of that decision, so let's move on to the driving impressions. Two engines are available in the 2022 Civic, and they're improved versions of what the previous generation car offered. A 158 horsepower 2-liter 4-cylinder is standard with LX and Sport trim, and it's fine. But you're going to want the turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder that lives under the hoods of the EX and Touring trim levels. The turbo engine is more powerful than before, making 180 horses and 177 pound-feet of torque across a broad rev range between 1700 RPM and 4500 RPM. It is quite a satisfying engine, delivering an exactly right blend of performance and efficiency. The EPA says you should get 34 miles per gallon in combined driving with the Civic Touring, but I clearly had too much fun driving this car because after 95 miles, it had averaged only 30.4 miles per gallon. The Civic uses an improved continuously variable transmission, and for the most part, you barely notice it while driving. A new Sport mode makes the Sport and Touring versions of the car more responsive and engaging to drive, but the truth is that enjoyable driving dynamics are baked into every single version of the new Civic. The car's structural changes and other measures contribute to reduced noise, vibration, and harshness, and the new Civic is indeed quieter to go along with its more sophisticated interior vibe. Combine the more robust vehicle architecture with a retuned four-wheel independent suspension for a smoother ride without any loss of handling capability, and upgraded steering with what Honda says is improved steering stability and feel, and you've got a little sports sedan in disguise. Like nearly every Honda, the new Civic is fun to fling around. The turbocharged engine supplies quick acceleration, the steering feels terrific in your hands, the brakes are responsive and easy to modulate, and the suspension supplies a deft balance between ride quality and handling capability. There's nothing sudden or unexpected about the way the Civic drives, and that brings trust, predictability, and joy to every journey, whether you're running to get groceries, commuting to the office, or taking a road trip. And for all you hardcore driving enthusiasts out there, yes, the Civic Si and Civic Type R models will return, and yes, they'll have manual gearboxes. Honda says that 75% of people who buy a Civic return to get another Honda in the future. So yeah, it's kind of an important vehicle to the company's long-term health. There's not a lot of room to get anything wrong. It's a good thing then, in my opinion, Honda nailed it. Aside from a desperate need for a Bose and blind spot option package for the Civic Sport, and maybe an all-wheel drive option, this new 2022 Civic continues to set standards in the compact car class. Be sure to read my full review of the new Honda Civic on CarGurus.com, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us here at CarGurus, thank you very much for watching.